And here we go.
Oh boy. So, I believe both of the runners were talking about possibly doing bracelet skip, and if they are, then that could be pretty interesting.
Could go anyway, really. Yeah, I forgot to check before the race actually how consistent each of their bracelet skips was. I know that Vlack has been pushing heavily as part of his practice, and he also recently got the world record, which is awesome. Well done, Vlack.
Yeah, it looks like he's about 50% consistent, a little under, but I mean, details.
Yeah, so he's got a good chance of pulling it off. He'll probably just get a second try if he decides to go for it. Okay, so this is the Minish cap. I'm sure you're all familiar with it by now. Lots of tech smashing and storyline at the start, so it's just a case of trying to optimize your rolling as much as you can for the first section.
Yeah, I think resetting in the first 20 minutes or so is a little bit draining on your hands.
Yeah, for sure.
How much tech smashing there is. This isn't really too much to talk about right now. All that's really happening at the start is they're doing an RNG manip to manip 4 blue rupees to get a bottle, I believe. I can't even remember right now.
So the first 20 rupees is for the bottle, and then there's an extra 20 saved for getting the grip ring later on.
Oh, right, because you get the other 20 on...
Yeah. Interestingly, Vlack has gone to only pick up 5 rupees rather than usual 20, so he's going to probably be picking up the extra 15 on Kernel base when he gets there.
Yeah, and grabbing the 5 overall is only a few seconds slower, so it's not really anything.
Yeah, either or. I guess for sort of speed safety, he doesn't lose too much time just doing it this way. And if you mess up the manip like halfway through, then it's just a waste of time. So it's probably the safer if he wasn't sure he could pull it off.
Yeah, and the other thing is, even though both of these runners are extremely good at the game,
for sure,
you do get the heart refill by picking up the fairies in the same room as the blue rubies.
Yeah, especially on Kernel where you just bleed life. Like it's very hard to get through Kernel without losing any hearts.
Yeah. Most times, I think you'll take about 2 or 2.5 hearts of damage, just because that's how it is. So here we have the mayor telling us lore or something.
Absolutely nailed the description of the storyline there.
Yeah, I mean, angry purple dude beats up some guards and turns Zelda into a statue.
Oh no. Rest in peace, Zelda. Crow's bringing up a very interesting point in chat. actually. Vlack has made some serious performance sort of gains throughout the tournament. Looking at the brackets, his initial times was sort of a 151, and then he's just slowly iterated. He's been going down 1 minute, 2 minutes every race, up to the point where he
is insane.
yeah. So he was beaten by Quo originally and fell into losers bracket, but then since then he's beaten everybody else and beat Fire Turtle with a 144 in the end. And on the practice, only a few days ago, on the 3rd actually, he got a new world record, which was a few seconds faster than on Toad's set. So yeah, very well done to Vlack.
Now we'll just have to see how many days until Toadsuit comes out of the shadow.
I know, right? It's only a matter of time now.
And gets an accidental 2-minute PB again.
On the first stream. On the first run, no less.
That's been a pretty common theme with the people who have had a long-lasting world record in this game. Because previously it was MV Rules who did that, where he would stop playing the game for months and months, come back after someone took world record and just get it in the first run.
Just brutal, really. I do think Darky still holds the record for having the shortest world record time, though, of about 19 hours.
Let you in on a little secret, is technically less time than that.
Oh my.
Yeah. It was more like an hour.
Wow. Okay, I take that back. Brutal.
Toadsuit is out for blood.
So we're currently deeply engaged in Exposition and Rolling Simulator 2003. It's going to be this way up to around the 10-minute mark when we finally get to dungeon.
I'd say more like... what, the 50-minute mark-ish?
That's fair too. Don't know about those slugs though, they can mess you up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Game over in Deepwood. It's happening.
And I mean, Green Choo Choo, that's a rough fight, man.
Oh, yeah. Just being crushed by slime. I think won't know what's hit him.
So because Darky's stream was having a little bit of a slideshow there for a second, I'm just gonna say that he got first cycle of lily pad, even though he clearly didn't, but it's okay.
Nailed it.
Nobody will
First
be able to tell.
Ever. I think we should all just pull together and buy Darky some better internet, to be honest. He deserves it at this point.
For that 1 hour that he held the record, yeah.
Yeah. We also have a squid slip to thank him for, though.
That's true.
The only time I finally find a piece of tech and he goes and invalidates it in a few days.
So I think this might be kind of a weird thing to comment on, but I find the movement, especially in the Minish village, really fun to do for some reason.
Oh no, I agree. I do like the arrow. So for those of you that don't know, Minish Cap is odd in the fact that it has a very low amount of invincibility frames after you take damage, so even though things might not hurt that much, you can get a ton of damage dealt very quickly.
Yeah, even though, like you said, a lot of the stuff in this game doesn't do a lot of damage on its own. I think the highest amount of damage you can take in one hit is 3 hearts.
Yes.
But there's very, very few invincibility frames. So there's some areas in this game where you can just kind of ping pong off of things that deal damage to you and then die. And you'll just kind of sit there going, well, that's fun.
I hate my life. I think the sort of spiky bushes on Krenel are particularly bad at that.
Oh yeah.
Like, they only do a quarter heart of damage, but if you're not completely paying attention, you're just dead. Like.
Yeah, especially when you're really early on in the game. After this dungeon, in any percent, you'll only have 4 hearts. Actually, I don't think you'll have any more than that in Hundo either. Maybe you'll have 5 if you're... I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure of the route. I know when I'm playing it casually, I usually have 5 hearts before going to Krenel, but...
So yeah, slugs are fun.
Yeah.
Kinda goes off of what both the things you were saying before, where the slugs are not very nice and you just take damage really quickly because that happened both in the same room.
Yeah. Run killer room.
Honestly,
It's quite common for I guess new runners to try to be going fast and then just get absolutely blindsided in a particular room.
So, Matter Pillar, awesome mini boss where if you hit its butt too quickly, you fly away and then you have to do an extra cycle and
So
cry
annoying.
and hate life because it wastes so much time.
Yeah. What an annoying boss. I'm glad that we avoid the stuff in Temple of Droplets when it comes back around to that.
Yeah. Because there's a room in Temple of Droplets where you have to fight 2 Matter Pillars in the dark, I think.
Yeah, and I believe it's icy too.
Yeah. So thank God we skipped like 90% of that dungeon.
Oh yeah. 3/3. I always have to bring it up. Well, not let go of that meme.
I don't even remember how that started, but...
Yeah, it was
Good.
during one of Toadsy's commentaries. He was explaining how we skipped 2/3 of the dungeon.
Right.
Except his math skills weren't particularly good that day.
Skipping 3/3 of the dungeon. That's good. It's probably just about as good as Quo's left and right.
Yeah. So Darky's actually quite low in health, which might be interesting. I assume he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else that he can take damage from, aside from the one remaining pesto. But they are kind of terrible as well.
Yeah,
I assume he's
just
just
their
gonna kill it, yeah.
safest way.
So he should be fine now, because I don't think he take damage from falling in the water.
Yeah, that's I was gonna say that's the good thing about Minish Cap. Saw some very interesting tech from Vlack going up to get the small key actually. With the way he'd sort of puffed his lily pad around it, like slid into the bit beside the chest without him having to do anything, so you could get off and push the button. Don't think I've seen anybody do that one before.
I definitely haven't either.
So we're at the first boss now, Big Green Chew. It's pretty easy, suck away all his jelly, he falls over, you slash him a bit.
I'm surprised Darky didn't pick up a heart. Because I know this boss
Yeah,
is really easy, but it still die pretty easily too.
yeah.
Huh.
I guess the only annoying thing about this boss that wastes time is it's more cycle based. You just need to hit it a certain number of
Yeah.
times per cycle, but that's all randomized. So you either get between sort of 5 or 9 hits on it.
Yeah, the first 2 cycles, you can either have 5 hits to 9 hits, and then on the 3rd cycle, he'll either jump over you 4 times or just charge straight at you. And ideally, you want him to just charge because you don't have to waste time with him jumping. Doesn't save a lot of time, but in a race like this, where they are already really close together, it can make a difference.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, first dungeon, super easy. Now we'll commit some public nuisance by blowing up some rocks.
So bombs are fun in this game, where they have 3 different timers on how long they explode. So if you just place the bomb down, it'll just explode like normal. If you pick it up and throw it on the first frame that you can for throwing it, I believe, then it'll blow up 30 frames faster, I believe.
Something like that. You have to do some weird movement to get it to happen, though.
And then, oh no, I'm just talking about picking up and throwing it.
Oh right, you haven't got there yet. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a thing called roll lifting, where you roll and then pick up and drop the bomb at the same time, I guess, and the bomb explodes 66 frames faster, I think.
I'm glad you know your frame counts, but yeah, you can see the game's running at 60 frames a second, so you're saving a second if you have good placement.
Yeah, and it's not useful everywhere because sometimes you'll just want to pick up the bomb and walk with it and it'll explode when you get to where you need to be anyways. But there is a few times where it can be useful. And it's not super difficult to do by any means either. So here we just ditch the hurdy-gurdy man instead of fusing with him after he was so kind and gave us the Kinstone fusion bag and a free Kinstone, specifically to fuse with him.
Rejected.
Saving and quitting is just faster.
And the game is no longer able to be completed 100% thanks to that.
You know, I think that's why I can't get the Tingle statue on my file. Now that I think about
it. Rip, yeah. Yeah, if you're just missing one Kinstone fusion, it's him.
It's probably that one, yeah. That's unfortunate. I don't really want to 100% the game again, to be honest.
Is it really worth it for the Tingle statue?
It's a nice looking statue of Tingle.
Yeah, that's true. You see Vlack's gone into that cave now and picked up the extra 15 rupees he needs.
Yeah, so Darky will make up a little bit of time because of that.
So Darky's around 6 seconds behind at the moment, which is nothing in the context of the entire race, so it's extremely close still.
Yeah.
You were picking up everybody's favorite green spring water. Very healthy, good for your bones.
So healthy that you just dump it out in about a minute. And it somehow doesn't get cold either.
I know, right? Like, you could just go and wander off for an hour, but no, that water will still be piping hot when it comes to It'd be quite interesting if it had the... Is it in the Wind Waker where you have 20 minutes to go do all of the Korok trees or whatever?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if they'd implemented that.
I would hate that.
I know. But still.
It was even worse in Twilight Princess because I think it was like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's with the hot barrel that you have to take to Castletown.
Yeah, that was awful. So even though they don't have the grip ring yet, they can carry this giant seed.
I know, right?
But, you know, you can't push a pot if you don't have power bracelets.
Really doesn't make sense. So we've got a little sequence break there by using the gust jar on that mushroom. From what I've seen though, I've watched a bunch of casual streams, and people don't realize that's not how you're meant to do it. No, they don't. What you're meant to do is place a bomb at the end of that path and it opens up a secret cave. But a lot of people just use the gust jar anyways, and just skip out the entire sequence.
I actually don't watch casual streams of this, so I had no idea people did that, and that's actually really funny.
Like, it's about, I'd say 75% don't think to just bomb the end.
That's
just
insane.
ignore the level. Just
You know, I think that's because in Deepwood Shrine, you're taught that you can suck the mushrooms, right?
yes, yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why they would just think of that before thinking to bomb a wall.
it's a more obvious mechanic than bombing a flat wall too. Because they do show you about the bombing the walls part earlier, but
So then that kind of makes me wonder if that was intended or not.
that's a very good point. Like I thought, people might not get this.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be very interesting.
I mean, they probably didn't intend for it to be like that, but if they did, then that's some big brain stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Shout outs to Capcom for thinking as players do. Thing is, though, the rest of the game's so meticulously made that.
Yeah. So I guess something we didn't really talk about was low text triggers, and basically you just don't want to roll into them because the game will try and finish the roll before Eslo will pop up to talk to you, and that can waste a good second or two.
Yeah, so if you happen to roll like one frame before you walk into an Eslo trigger, that's waiting a good sort of 1 and a bit seconds before he actually pops his head up. So Deepwood Shrine was sucking simulator, this is pushing simulator.
Yeah. Fun and engaging.
Another handy thing about sort of Minish Cap movement is it's very easy to just roll through enemies and their attacks. You saw this abuse sort of quite a lot in Deepwood Shrine. Oh, that's an interesting rupee pickup from Darky there.
I think that means he's gonna do the green rupee minute on the Armos in Fortress of Winds.
Interesting.
Because otherwise you wouldn't pick that up.
Yeah, that was very confusing. I wonder what he's got in store for us then. Deploying time-saving tactics in your finale race. Oh.
I mean, why not? The other thing he could be doing, which is honestly more unlikely, is doing the green rupee manip twice in the swamp, which is only like 8 seconds slower than doing the normal route, I think, but I don't believe he's gonna do that. I'm more so thinking he's gonna do the Armos manip like I said.
Oh wait, yeah, he's just grabbing a 50 rupee chest. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It also makes that room with the big key in it a lot easier.
Yeah. My favorite sound effect when Link comes off that Neslo. I don't even know the noise that Eslo's making. Like, whoever they did for voice acting, that specific line, he makes hardly any other weird noises like that. It's only ever used once in the game.
It's so good. It's only redeeming quality.
Yeah. We hate you, Eslo, but you make a good feeling sick noise. That's so you're all right, really.
So yeah, Darky's only 5 seconds behind right now, which is insanely close.
Yeah, at this point, it's if they mess up any sort of tech, like they're going to be handing the run over to the other, and vice versa.
Yeah, like if Vlack for whatever reason fell in the lava or whatever, then that would just put Darky in the lead.
The design of this dungeon is so infuriating, going all that way just to get a small key, coming all the way back just to flip the lever.
That's honestly how this whole dungeon is, though. It's... I'm not a huge fan of this dungeon.
It's just like the level design is just like, how can I really annoy the player?
Like, Deepwood Shrine is like that a little bit, but its whole thing really is that the center point of the dungeon is the barrel. So it makes sense for you to be backtracking to that area.
Yeah, that's like a central focus point.
But this is just... it's just dumb.
It's the only way of putting it, really.
Yeah. But it... never mind. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. That's what he gets for facing down for the first spin attack.
It doesn't waste very much time because he recovered pretty well off that, but it still sucks.
Yeah. All we want is for the runners to do well, of course.
See, the problem is that Darky doesn't have a split scroll, and that's why he messed up.
Just losing him time here.
He does not have the power of anime on his side.
The anime Pope has not blessed him.
So this Rollobite room is interesting. It can either go really well, or it can just not. And there's not really any in between.
Yeah, because they're randomly... are they randomly placed, or do this randomly move around? In this room?
I think they just have a few set patterns, but it's essentially random.
So all you've got to really focus on is most efficient sort of placement and moving around, because you can't just knock them into a ball; they'll eventually roll out. So you'll see both the runners used tactics of throwing one into another to make them stay rolled up. Black takes a dip in the lava there.
That's not very good.
Bit hot.
I guess the upside to that, or the silver lining, I suppose, is he didn't already walk onto one of the platforms or wasn't halfway through the set of platforms, because I would have wasted a pretty decent chunk of time.
Hmm.
So you have to wait for them to come back up, and then you have to wait for the cycle to come back, and then it's not fun.
Yeah. So, moving into the main room again, there's one huge cycle going on here. I think Vlack has an extra chest to pick up, so his timing is really tight to make the first cycle. But Darky should have a bit more leeway with the chest he's going for.
Yeah, because Darky's not picking up either of the chests. He's just going straight to the big key one, and that's it.
Yeah. So he'll be gaining some time here. Like for how long it takes to float around this room too.
Mm-hmm. And if Vlack misses the cycle, which it doesn't look like he will, then that wastes about 20 seconds or something.
Yeah, at least on my screen, they've now lined up.
Yep.
Which is super interesting. Oh, but there is the stream delay, of course.
So then...
So that means that Darky's ahead now by about 10 seconds?
Roughly, yeah. And he got the fairy, so that means he's going for bracelet skip.
Augers.
I didn't see if Vlack grabbed the fairy or not.
I don't think he did.
Huh.
Oh, both got fairy. I'm glad somebody's paying attention around here.
10 out of 10 commentary.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not completely familiar with the changes for bracelet skip, only that it's kind of insane.
Kind of is putting it lightly. So I think Darky is trying to point out that there are clear rocks on the walls.
Oh, wow! Oh my god!
Did you never notice that?
No!
I know, right?
My life has changed forever, wow. What insane level design.
This boss is a boss. I don't really have much to say about it. It's just kind of there.
It's classic Zelda, really, isn't it? Use the dungeon item slash glowing weak point with sword.
Yeah.
Darky, please focus on the run. The run's fine.
Honestly.
For God's sake. Get out of chat, guys.
Oh no, I'm 15 seconds behind. What a terrible run.
Just reset. Game over.
15 seconds behind on a 144 run. Oh lord.
Wow.
The drama.
So it's very important to remember to go pick up the white sword.
Yeah, because you can't really go anywhere if you don't. Well, you can, but you'll have to go all the way back up the mountain and waste like 5 minutes.
Who needs a sword anyways?
I don't know. I think something interesting they could have done is made it so you had no sword going into that dungeon.
Ooh, that would be very good.
Yeah.
It's not like this is Ocarina of Time where you could just use another item. You'd be completely attackless.
Yeah.
That would work for like Octo though, because you can just beat Octo with your shield.
Yep. That would be a pretty cool thing to do for some sort of remake of the game. Cough, cough. Capcom, please.
Please. Or a ROM hack of some kind. Cough, cough, me.
Who's this me person? You should introduce me.
Introduce me to me.
Yes. So here they have the most redundant tutorial ever. Because Eslo tells you, oh hey, you should fuse the sword, and then 2 seconds later you have to fuse the sword to get out of the room. Or clone Link, that's what I meant. It's awesome.
10 out of 10.
What is the best thing to put in your splits to get the best runs? Cute anime girls.
Yeah, isn't this just established at this point? Clearly, Vlack got the record because he has a split girl.
Yeah.
It's not even up for question.
Toadswood at least has Octo, I think.
Octo's pretty cute.
Let me double check that.
So here we are with an official Zelda Speedruns poll. Which is the best split girl? Lichimon would like to know.
Poll where?
Oh my gosh, Fatty is a Minish.
Wow!
Big shock.
And did you know that the Minish cap is 1, Eslo, and 2, the cap that Vadi steals?
What? Amazing.
I know, it's crazy.
You think they deliberately made it ambiguous?
Yeah.
So bad, because like, the Japanese title is like the magic hat, isn't it, or something like
It's
that?
like the magical cap or the mysterious cap or something.
So either works. Or the hat Eslo gives you at the end of the game. Well, yeah. Could be that little limp thing.
I think my favorite thing about the cap thing at the end of this game was before the Zelda timeline came out and Zelda Theorist saying, oh well, Minish cap has to be first because it's when Link got his cap, and then Skyward Sword comes out and they're like, oh.
Oh. Nobody else has ever worn a hat in the history of the entire Hyrule timeline, of course. I was going to just say Eslo's Sixth Sense is off the scale, knowing that was going on at Hyrule Castle.
Toadsuit is in Minish Cap. Confirmed canon lore. No, Eslo is basically Spider-Man.
His hat fibers are tingling.
No, but I did confirm that Toadsuit's split girl is in fact Octo.
Oh wow. Well, that explains everything, really. So there you have your definitive answer, Glitchymon. The ultimate split girl is Octo. Well, you should probably explain the game, shouldn't we? So, what's happened so far is we're going to Castor Wilds. In a casual playthrough, you'd actually go in and kind of drown yourself in the marsh. But instead, you can just read the sign on the way to Castor Wilds, which starts up the next quest. So we're off to get the fast boots.
Yeah, it's weird. Because normally they'd want you to get the text box from Eslo saying like, oh, if only we had some way to cross the swamp without drowning. Which is really super vague.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid playing this section, I was like, what am I doing? And you just randomly walk into the shoe shop and, oh, that's what I'm doing.
Oh no, he died.
Rest in peace, Shoemaker. In this episode of Minish Cap, Link breaks and enters into a farmhouse. And then trades money for weird magic mushrooms with a witch.
It's all safe, kids, don't worry.
Don't do drugs.
All very legal things that you should definitely do. Thank you, Capcom, for teaching children.
So is it now common that the shoemaker just needs his high again?
Yeah. I mean, how else are you gonna make shoes?
Michael Schumacher. So now we can go fast, TM.
You can only... well, you only wanna use your Sonic shoes if you're gonna go more than the distance of 3 rolls. Otherwise, it's just not worth using.
Yeah, at least it gets slightly more interesting now.
Yeah.
So now we have everybody's favourite enemy, the Dark Nut. Which, I think it just really doesn't care about manipulation sometimes.
Yeah.
It'll just do what it wants.
My whole existence of speaking is verbal diarrhea, so...
small lily pad section here. It's not too bad. You'll notice how they're, as well as just buffing directly in the direction they want to go, they're also doing left and right, which gives it a small speed boost for no physical reason. Really weird.
Video games. So it looks like Darky is 3 seconds ahead right now.
Yeah, it's super close.
This is pretty insane. I assume it's basically gonna stay this way until Octo, really.
Yeah, it's gonna be very tight.
I think this is best 2 out of 3, is that right?
I think the way they were going to do, because at the moment, so Vlack came up from the losers bracket.
Yeah.
So Darky has a game to lose essentially because he hasn't lost yet. So I think they were going to do it the way if Vlack won, then it would be a bracket reset, and then they'd play one more match. If Darky wins, then Darky will take it, I believe.
Okay, that makes sense.
So all of this random detouring around a swamp has been to collect 3 kinstones to fuse with random sentient stone. Because games.
Wait, you mean you can't talk to statues in real life?
No.
Oh, wow.
What do the statues whisper to you?
They whisper sweet nothings into my ear.
I always find this section, the wind runes, very tedious.
Yeah. It'd be a little bit less tedious if there was an Armos that we could skip, but we can't.
Nope,
Because
this game
is a thing.
Impenetrable fortress. It really is like
Armos right here, where you can almost skip it, but not quite.
But no. Nice try. It really is like they came up with the Armos enemy and the gimmick of turning it on and off. Like, how many different ways can we do this? Now we're on to the Fortress of Winds. Which, thankfully, we start breaking some stuff now.
Yay!
Ooh.
Finally! Things happen in this game. Who would have thought? So yeah, that little spin attack that Darky did on the Armos is actually pretty tricky to do, not gonna lie.
Swag struts. Nobody's going for the clipping though. Oh no, we need to get the lever.
Yeah, you don't do the clip until...
Oh, you could, yeah, you can still clip in and do it with that portal instead.
What did Vlack just oops? Did I miss something?
No, I think we're all good.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, it's probably just the thing you put in chat, I guess.
hmm.
His underscores and colons.
Oh, right, yeah. You had me worried, Flag.
So yeah, you can cancel the full animation of the bow. Or not, I'd say a majority of the animation of the bow by using the boots right after you shoot an arrow. And that is
The
just
small braces this game gives.
yeah.
So 52 moments for Vlack. And 44 for Darky.
Ooh.
Still neck and neck. It really is awesome watching like two high-level runners play. Consistency I can only dream of.
Darky needs to make sure he gets this minute properly though, or else he's gonna lose a lot of time.
Yeah. Black going for the clip, very nice. Darky also getting the clip.
Oh, and he got it. Okay.
Oh.
Thank God.
Safe.
Oh,
that's so risky.
it's super risky, but oh my God, my butt. That's a major butt clench there.
Oh my gosh. Do you see what I see on the walls?
What do you see on the walls?
It's the boss, but smaller.
Whoa!
What revelations are we having today? In the final, no less.
So this boss is a Nintendo boss. That's for damn sure.
Oh, for sure. We haven't seen 50 iterations of this thing, no, not at all.
But there's a twist.
Wow.
You go inside its head.
Oh! Game of the year material right here.
So yeah, the little eyeball that spawns on the pillars, it cannot spawn on the same pillar twice in a row. So when you're routing through the inside of the head, then you keep that in mind to make sure you don't go to the same place twice, if you can.
Darky had bad luck in that last one.
Yeah. $59.55 Ocarina. That's pretty good. Oh.
Oh, that's so weird to see.
Skipping the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vlack is pulled slightly ahead now, but that's all about to change because their routes are going to get slightly different here. So what we're doing here is to set up for the Temple of Droplets later. We're going to fuse with all 4 of the Tingle Brothers to open a ladder down to the Magical Boomerang, which we normally wouldn't pick up, but it allows us to perform a glitch later on, and that avoids having to get the Flippers, which is the world's most tedious side quest.
What do you mean normally we wouldn't do that? This is part of the road.
I mean, way back we used to not do it. That's where my mind focused. Like, this is amazing new tech for me. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. It's still fairly new in terms of the rate at which things are found for this game. Are they doing different fusion roads?
Yes, they have. One went to the area I can't remember the name of. God, I used to be amazing with the lore stuff, but it's just all gone out of my head now.
I don't know. Everyone's the mayor, and Zelda's the statue, and that's about the extent of anything that matters. Yeah, I think it's just a preference thing in which order.
Gets a bit of variety and confuses us, so that's always good.
But the important part is that they are basically in the same spot. Yeah. In terms of time. Yeah, so normally you would pick up the heart container after you beat Mazal, but because they'll be doing bracelet skip, they want to have less total hearts so that it's easier to die. CSR bot being a troll.
Testing during our finale run? How dare you?
Dance game.
We've got a short bit of ladder simulator here. So this is the worst design.
It's really dumb.
There's just a ladder smack bang in the middle of North Hyrule Field forever now. Like, if the Tingle Brothers put the Magical Boomerang there themselves, that was a really bad choice. Which I guess isn't surprising for them, but... So the reason for Bleeding Hearts is that we're dying here. And then resurrecting because Zelda. And we've performed sort of the main glitch of the game, I guess, the Ocarina glitch. That allows us to be Jesus, essentially. It freezes time. it means we don't fall into the water as we're going around, because we don't actually go down the stairs after passing the house. We're on the layer above.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Jeez.
Darky, you're worrying me here.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
So now that we've got the ocarina, we get very heavy on the glitches. Dungeons just get abused from here on in, I think it's safe to say.
I think abused is the nice way of putting it. I would say more like brutally murdered, but whatever.
It's nice that it's a sort of super easy glitch to do by going to somewhere as cutscenes, for example, a door, walking into it to start the animation, then cancelling the animation by playing the ocarina animation. Essentially freezes time. So all actors stop moving until you transition screens. If you roll, you soft lock the game.
If you do anything, you soft lock the game.
Yeah. Pits and walls become a suggestion rather than something to stick to. It really is an awesome glitch.
Think of it like the opposite of how exploration glitch works in A Link to the Past, I guess.
As always, it wouldn't be a Zelda game without a block-based puzzle. So what Vlack just did there was door skip. So he approached the door using the magical boomerang that we got earlier. He threw it and then opened the door, which for some reason allows us to sort of slide through the door but not trigger the transition into the next room. And then he go on.
Yeah, the fun thing about that is that you are technically in the next room, it's just the game hasn't transitioned the screen.
So what's really interesting about it is that the normal boomerang doesn't work. So we could just buy the normal boomerang for 300 rupees, but it doesn't have the same effect as the magical boomerang.
Because why would it?
It's magical.
Even though I'm pretty sure that getting the wallet upgrade and the rupees required to get the normal boomerang would take longer than getting the magic one anyways.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Yeah. Well done, game. There's a few other nice pieces of tech in this dungeon, like the fact that using Pegasus boots just cancels out any sliding on the ice. Seeing as we're going fast anyways, it's good to just use the Pegasus boots all over this dungeon. So here we have Big Blue Electric Chew Boogaloo. It's essentially the same boss fight again, but while he's emitting electricity, you can't suck him.
Ah yes, Blue Choo Choo. It's the first boss, but not.
New and improved.
Now with electricity. And that's basically it for this guy.
You can do it, I guess, slightly faster than the first boss, because now you can spin attack for a double hit. But
And it's only faster on the last cycle too, so it's like a whole second faster.
wow,
Ooh.
such time save.
I know.
So by doing that glitch earlier with the door, it allowed us to skip a whole chunk of the dungeon, and the whole point of this dungeon is to flick 2 levers on either side of the main room, and that allows us to get to the first lever very fast. Unfortunately, we do have to pick up the lantern as we need it to defeat the boss.
Which is the only time that it's actually required in the game.
Yeah, we could do other things to get around the other bits.
Like, it's useful for Body 3 because it makes the second arm a lot easier to see in, but you don't actually need it. And there's another key in Darkysquid Castle that you can get for freeing the king, I believe.
Yeah,
which is about 20 seconds slower.
But we'd make it up from not having to fight you. So I'll explain it now that Darky's doing it. The Ocarina glitch activated just abuses this entire dungeon. We stay above the entire lower level. And due to the way the game's map is laid out in memory, you can see there's a whole bunch of funky stuff going on right there. It allows us to just navigate so effortlessly around the dungeon.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
Now on to everybody's favourite waifu. Big girl herself, Big Octa. So RNG will actually play pretty heavily into who comes out on top here. Depends how Octa is feeling. What we want is, in the third cycle, to have what we call zero ink. So instead of sucking and then firing a rock and then making the entire boss room black, Octa will just fire 3 rocks back to back.
So you can actually have Octo suck or charge
That's
and
true.
still get a zero ink. But the chances of that happening is even lower than just getting the zero ink anyways.
Yeah. This boss is not nice on RNG.
No.
And there's always the chance that you could soft lock too.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it just happens randomly.
Oh. Cool.
We haven't quite worked out why it happens, but you could just soft lock halfway through the fight.
That's fun.
Is that 2 ink for Vlack there?
No, I
Is it
believe that's
just-
only the first one.
Just 1 ink. Oh yeah, I'm just confused. That's just... So this charge attack is like not effective at all.
What do you mean? It's super deadly.
To the wall. Oh my gosh, look what's on the walls. Nothing.
So they both got 1 ink.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Darky still has the potential to get another one, but probably not.
Yeah, 1 ink's the most common, isn't it?
Yeah. I know 1 ink's the most common. I'm not sure about the other two, but it feels like 2 ink is more common than 0.
Yeah, that may be negative bias, but yeah, probably. Nice, so 1 ink for both.
Not bad. And this is where it's gonna get pretty interesting, I think.
Oh boy, yep.
They're either gonna essentially get world record or just cry because they're gonna lose a minute and a half every time they reset.
Vlack is actually on really good pace right now.
Yeah, he is.
Well, imagine if he world records again.
That'd be pretty good, because that... I think it has the potential to be a 142, like a really high 142.
Yeah. So in his comments he said Dark Royal Cast was bad. You failed the Vati 2 minute and there was bad RNG in Vati 3.
Yeah.
So if the end game goes well.
And a 142 would be a really good time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, just looking at the times, Darky is about 30 seconds behind at the moment.
Yeah. Which, depending on what happens in the next couple minutes, can change.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not saying anything yet. It's far too early.
Which is weird to say, considering, you know, we're an hour and 20 minutes into the run, but...
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is basically riding on who gets bracelet skip first.
So I mentioned before that holes and walls are merely suggestion. People are also merely a suggestion now. You can just walk straight through them. So, if Lax Audio was on right now, it would be the best music ever. We'll have to wait a little longer.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
Ooh.
Some people will say Cloud Tops, but I do agree that Palace of Winds has the best dungeon in the game.
There'll be no falling out again.
I am an advocate for the Palace of Winds music.
Oh dear, Trez. That's just a bad opinion.
Who do we talk to get Trez banned from the ZSR Discord?
So coming up, we have the Wizrobe fight to get the name has completely gone out of my head. Box Cape.
It's right on the screen.
I know. So basically, we abuse bombs and the fact that Wizrobes die with one touch of the lantern. That's the other good use for the lantern, actually. And oh yes, damage abuse. Getting ready.
The one time where having the low invincibility frames is actually useful.
Yeah. Like, you see how quick he's taking damage off those spikes is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right.
Quarter heart. That's playing with fire.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh.
That was a bit tight.
Oh my.
Here we go.
Pray to RNGesus. Is this his setup? I've never seen this before. It's really weird.
Yeah. Oh no!
No.
Wait, yes, no, wait. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
wait.
you got it. You got it.
No way. Oh
you
my.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, dude.
The level of play on display here.
Holy. I actually have no words. Oh my god.
And unfortunately, Darky missed it. So it's a huge long setup, but I guess it's quite safe, and that's why he went for that particular setup.
I mean, if he found something that's like at least pretty consistent, then that's good.
Oh, for sure. Anything to stop a V cheat.
Doesn't stop V cheat at all. Oh my god. So yeah, that's really unfortunate on Darky's side.
Yeah.
But I'm blown away because this run up to this point has been pretty good already.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was only 4.2 behind at Rock's Cape. Absolutely nailed. Yeah. Well, let me just bring up his splits from his world record run out.
I don't think this can actually be a 142 unless he's just lost that much time in Dark Hyrule, because his last run was with Bracelet Skip, which was
yeah.
that.
Was it first time? Yeah. It must have been, yeah. Messing up the Minip does lose you quite a lot of time though, so...
Yeah, it looks like Darky messed it up again.
Oh, that is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, he has a potential time save if he gets the Ocarina glitch in this room.
Oh yeah, and that saves like a minute. So
yeah. No, he just didn't bother.
Okay. It looks like he got... No, he didn't.
No.
Okay.
Not pushing his luck, I guess. Get some praise in the chat for Darky. Hopefully he gets it this time.
Yeah, and I mean, even though Black got it first try, even with using his setup, it is an extremely difficult thing to do, because it's one frame and you have one chance at doing it.
Damn. So Vlak did another door skip, which does skip the second half of the dungeon, which is very nice.
Yeah. It does unfortunately mean that you miss out on the best mini boss fight in the whole game.
Oh, I know. That's just not Darky's day, is it? That's
No.
a real shame.
I think at this point he just wants to try and get it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean... That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Having the Stealthos break your clones. It's...
They're very trolly as an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the best boss fight, in previous runs obviously we had to go through the whole tower, and after the boss door you fall all the way back down to the beginning again and encounter a Dark Nut, which you win by jumping off. He charges at you and you slash him to the abyss.
Oh no, it's not even that. You fly over top of him and he gets confused.
Oh yeah, he does the head turning
after
thing.
he tries to run towards you, and then you just walk up behind him and basically just push him off the cliff.
I didn't sign up for this.
I'm not getting paid enough. This is bullshit. Oh, thank God. Darky finally got
yes,
it.
Darky. So it looks like Vlak lost a bit of time from the setup they did, just to make it absolutely sure.
Was that from the setup, or was it just... Or did he actually get the Ocarina glitch in his last run?
No, I'm pretty sure he didn't. I might just be reading wrong. Yeah, he didn't get it, so...
Okay.
Seemed like he didn't mean to get the enemy name is completely gone out of my head. The spiky, or whatever. He didn't mean to get it stuck in the corner, which is what he was having difficulty with.
Okay.
So we might not see a world record, but it's still a very impressive time, potentially.
Definitely. I think there's a small chance that it could happen, but it's pretty unlikely now.
Yeah.
And if it does happen, it's gonna be like a couple seconds.
Yeah. I think all he wants to get there is another 5 seconds off. Just to push us into 143.
Mm-hmm.
So Vlak's just getting the 4 sword now. I always found it weird that they made this game after they made 4 swords.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I guess they made them like... We should probably introduce this new sword that's not been in any Zelda lore before now. Mind you, they got away with it with the Master Sword. Oh no!
Yeah, and then the Master Sword just kind of stuck with everybody forever.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Unfortunate to say, guys, but Vlak has reset his run. Obviously, he isn't happy with that 40-second time loss.
Yeah, it's just a bad run. Had to reset. Which means that Darky's on a huge comeback right now.
Yeah. What an advantage.
Just an hour and a half to play with. Time to start his Let's Play.
So unfortunately, Darky also missed out on the Ocarina glitch. Top of Palace of Winds.
Yeah.
And more trolley stuff also. Just what you need.
Just add more salt to the wound. That fight went pretty well.
Yeah, that was pretty
Darky.
solid. So what? Go on, you.
No, you can go.
So what Vlack's doing here is what's known as cutscene walking. The whole gimmick of the Force Sword is that it can, for some reason, unfreeze people from stone. So you'll see the mayor, and the mayor are all turned into stone by Fatty.
Also known as the mayor, but purple.
Well, there goes any explanation. And so, by firing off the beam to unfreeze the mayor, and then walking into the Eslo trigger, enable us to move around while the cutscene happens, so we can clear that room a lot faster than we'd otherwise be able to. Saves a bit of time.
Saves like 15 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's pretty good, considering how.
Yeah, considering how easy it is to do, it saves a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah. If only I could actually do it.
Yeah, me too.
Always.
I always forget which row of bricks I'm supposed to line up on, and I always do one up too high. So it looks like Black missed the fast cannon strat.
Yeah. You see the knockback he got from it though? Like it killed
Yeah,
his clone.
Weird.
I don't think I've seen that before.
No. Why did Black just do a saving put there?
He's resetting his spawn point. Otherwise he'd spawn back at the elemental sanctuary. Oh, wait. No.
Yeah.
All he had to do was walk out the door.
Well, yeah, that's usually what you do, but you don't. Because that's only faster to do on VC because it saves faster.
Yeah.
It's barely faster. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, because he saves and quits here anyways.
Yeah. Because this is where you would normally do the save and quit.
Yeah. Guess he was just making extra sure for some reason.
I don't know.
So again, thanks to the power of the Tutti Flute, this dungeon is completely broken.
The only thing that sucks about this dungeon is that you can't skip the big key for some awesome reason. I wish you could though.
Yeah, is it because the door is facing the other way or something like that?
I'm not really sure.
Either way, it makes no sense.
Oh hey look, it's someone who actually knows stuff about Minish in the chat.
I know, right?
How convenient.
So Vlack just performed door skip. So by having Ocarina Glitch and lining yourself up on the door, it's possible to just jump over it.
Yeah.
You jump up onto the higher ledge, but then you're somehow behind it. And then you can just fall down the other side.
This room's fun.
Yeah, I like it. So instead of just jumping down through that panel, you have to roll, otherwise the Ocarina Glitch gets a bit... Yeah. Ocarina Glitch says no.
So yeah, that Dark Nut just dies.
5-second lifespan.
That guy's also not getting paid enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Magical boomerang turns. Are they called anti-fairies in this game? I don't even know.
I know that the main name for them is anti-fairies, but I feel like they're called something different in this game.
I'm pretty sure they are. Just because.
To the Zelda wiki.
They are the mayor.
It's a safe bet. Yes, it is Sparks, you're right.
It's Sparks, but
Yeah.
no, they're anti-fairies. Bite me. But yeah, you can throw the magic boomerang at them and they turn into fairies. It's pretty cool.
So is the magic boomerang really just called anti?
Yeah.
So Vlack's actually setting up the world's longest manipulation here.
It's crazy how long this manip is.
Yeah. So from the reset to go to the boss key, doing a certain number of rolls, certain number of sword slashes, all to set up to get a very easy triple dark nut fight. Which is where we usually got to, but it's since been extended very recently to include both Vati 1 and Vati 2.
It's so dumb. It's like a 6-minute manip or something.
It is amazing.
Wow, guys, look look at how good Darky's pace is right now.
Oh. World record, boys.
Yeah, originally the manip was just for the triple dark nut fight because you can lose a pretty decent amount of time there if you get unlucky, and it just makes the fight a lot easier anyways. But people decided, hey, let's extend this manip to Vati 1, and then they went, you know what, Vati 2 sucks as well.
It is a matter of time before Vati 3 bites the dust too.
Yeah.
In short, Vati sucks.
Oh boy, can't wait to do a 10-minute manip. Woohoo.
This is pretty endgame high level stuff though.
Yeah.
So that's Vati 1 dispatch, super easy. Vati 3 isn't that bad really, but it's so amazing that you can do this to Vati too.
Yeah, Vati 3, the only thing that can really be super trolly is the eyeball inside of his arms.
Yeah, I think the best look is for it to just charge straight at you, right?
Yeah. Manipulating the whole game, you mean like any JRPG speedrun?
Yeah, that is just ridiculous.
That stuff's insane and would give me a major headache if I tried to run that. So yeah, Vati 2 is cool because something like his health value overflows if you spin attack and slash him in the third cycle. Something like that.
Yes, that's right, yeah. You can get an extra hit in where you shouldn't have been able to because of the...
And then the fight just ends. Because the game's like, I don't know what to do. This guy's too good.
Yeah, I guess he's dead now. Oh, that was a gold split actually, that's super nice.
Yeah, that was good. But unfortunately, it looks like no Reki today. Sad face.
Cry. Isn't it so nice of Link to bring an extra pair of Pegasus boots for Zelda? Oh, what a gentleman.
That bootmaker, he just knew the whole time.
So we are at Vati 3. I really like the boss music for Vati 3 too.
Yeah. It would not be the same without that music. It's really, really good.
I remember as a kid, it's like, it's really not obvious that you have to use the cane on the arms.
No, it's not. It's just one of those things with this game that's super vague and unintuitive completely.
So there is 10-year-old me, tried literally every other item, was like, it can't be the cane.
And then you use it and you're like, really?
So stupid. It wouldn't be a Zelda game without a classic bit of tennis. Except it's just... Ooh.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Hey, you know what? 1 out of 4 is not bad.
Yeah. It was like some sort of backhand hit too, that was also impressive. I wonder if he'll go for swag strats. Yeah, I really hope bomb swag happens. What a way to end, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know you could damage this boss with bombs until, like, recently.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I think it was during a People Toast match where he did it. I was like, the heck?
Yeah, it's bizarre.
He's doing it!
Bless.
GG Vlack. There we have it.
Because why would I use this amazingly powerful sword when I can just throw a bomb at it?
Force sword, bane of all evil. Nah, bombs.
Let's blow him up instead.
So ends the life of Link the Delinquent.
Yeah, GG to Black. That was really, really good.
Yeah. Outstanding run. His performance and consistency has been amazing throughout the tournament, really.
I just want to say, I actually...
Yeah, honestly, I don't think anybody expected him to get this far.
I just want to say grass to Vlak. I had to quickly use the bathroom, and I wanted to catch the end of the race, but grats on him with a 1:44.57 GG to Vlak, and I'm going to see if he wants an interview, possibly. There is a very small chance that he might, so I'm going to check with him in IRC, but GG to Vlak.
Yeah, and honestly, GG to Darky for finishing the run as well. That was pretty rough.
Yeah.
But that does mean that there's one more race.
Yay!
Oh man, I'm so excited. I can hardly contain my excitement
For the
next
to
race.
be over.
What we really want to see in the next race, though, is both of them getting bracelet skip first time.
That would be insane.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting pattern for Vi too, though. It's almost never the back four.
Is that the second cycle or is it the third one?
I think it's the second.
That's really weird if that's the second one. Yeah, okay. Because, like, basically every time I've done the boss, it's either the left or the right on second cycle, so I don't know.
It's happened to me before, but it's almost never.
Oh.
That was close.
I want to know how he didn't get hit by that. That was really close. Oh no.
4 cycles it is then.
Man, that's just... It is just not his day today.
No. You're seeing the full effect of those short invincibility frames.
Yeah.
Thankfully, between 2 and 3, he can just go for a health refill if he so pleases.
Alright, Vlak says he does not want an interview, so I'm gonna see, while our fellow second place racer is gonna finish up, I'm gonna see if he wants an interview, and then he'll come in and we're going to get that done, if that's understandable.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, well, Darky doesn't want an interview either. Well, rip CSR, it's all over, delete the channel, it's over, dude.
Who needs post-analysis? God.
Yeah, no, never.
What an archaic thing to do.
But I am going to mute myself until the end of the speed run, if that is acceptable.
Bye.
Goodbye.
That was kind of an ominous goodbye, actually.
Goodbye.
At least we get to listen to best music. Best boss music, that is. So yeah, when will the finals be then?
I don't know, probably in about 3 weeks.
I know it's very hard for them to sync their schedules. I think Darky did say he was busy tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it'll honestly probably be sometime in the within the next week, if I had to guess. Yeah, this tournament started sometime in September. Yeah.
A long one, that's for sure. This time's up quite nicely actually, because credits just finished. Let's see all of the game. Yeah. The only true way to end this. Oh, what's he doing?
Please.
You troll.
Sub 152.52.
GG, Darky.
That was such a troll.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm not even sure if he did that on purpose or not, honestly.
I can't tell. I think his clones didn't disable.
Oh man.
Either way, it was funny.
If I may intrude, I would just like to say, congrats to Darky on the 152.11. And that was pretty solid. I'm glad they finished on time. And actually, I believe possibly on ZSR too, the Ocarina of Time randomizer weekly is going to start. Which I actually have 5 minutes to set up for, so go me.
Woohoo!
Just what we need, more Zelda.
Of course, I mean, more Zelda is better. I mean, what kind of backward logic do you need? Like, that's literally it. That is it. Chief.
I thought this was Mario speedruns.
I thought it was Garfield.
Yo, let's get some sick Garfield kart gameplay on here.
Yeah, Garfield Car and ZSR, that'd drive a grand total of 0 viewers. But, it looks like it's over, and I really appreciate you guys' commentary. I'm gonna wrap it up and put it on the end screen for a few minutes.
Sure, yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
No problem. And thanks a lot for commentating.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for hosting the tournament.
No problem. Have a very good night.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go die now.
Yes! Night, guys.
Good night.